Beyond the veil of light lies the darkness, where stories come alive and fears are born.
Welcome, weary traveler, to the edge of reality where nightmares breathe and shadows whisper secrets. Tonight, I shall guide you through tales that will make your spine shiver and your heart race. Shall we begin?
A young couple, Emily and Jason, moves into an old Victorian house. While cleaning the attic, Emily discovers a porcelain doll with cracked skin and unsettling glass eyes. Emily, excitedly, "Jason, look at this. It's so old, it must be worth something." Jason, hesitant, "Creepy is what it is. Let's just toss it." That night, Emily hears faint giggling from the attic. She investigates, finding the doll sitting in the middle of the floor, despite locking it away earlier. Emily, whispering, "Hello? Is someone there?" The doll's head turns slightly. Emily screams. The camera pans out as lights flicker and the sound of footsteps echo throughout the house. A group of 4 college friends, Lucas, Megan, Tyler, and Sophia, goes camping in an infamous forest said to be haunted. Megan, mocking, "Haunted forest, please." People just make up these stories to keep others away. Sophia, nervously, "Still, maybe we shouldn't have come here at night." As they set up camp, Lucas finds an old rusted necklace near a strange tree. Ignoring warnings, he puts it on. That night, whispers surround the campfire, and the group begins disappearing one by one. Lucas, possessed by the curse, grins maniacally as the camera pans out to reveal the tree covered in their faces. A weary traveler, Rachel, checks into a rundown motel during a storm. The manager, an odd older man, warns her not to stay in room 13. Manager, room 13 isn't safe. But if you insist, don't look in the mirror after midnight. Rachel, intrigued, takes the key. At midnight, she feels compelled to look in the mirror. Her reflection smiles back sinisterly, then steps out of the mirror, trapping her inside. Rachel pounds on the other side of the mirror as her doppelganger waves and walks away. You've seen what lies beyond the veil. But tell me, dear viewer, are you sure you're alone? The camera zooms out to reveal a shadowy figure standing behind the viewer's perspective. A quaint, forgotten library on the edge of town, shrouded in mist. Ellie, a curious teenager, stumbles inside, drawn by the sight of flickering candlelight through the window. Ellie walks in and notices the books seem untouched for decades. She picks up an old, leather-bound tome, and as she flips through the pages, the text begins to rearrange itself into chilling warnings.
Leave now or stay forever. Ellie, nervously laughing. Okay, as she looks around, she hears faint whispers growing louder. The shelves begin to shift, blocking her path back to the door. A ghostly librarian appears, her translucent figure flickering like a fading photograph. Librarian softly, "You're disturbing the others." Books begin flying off the shelves, pages turning violently. The whispers turn into screams as ghostly figures emerge from the books, surrounding Ellie. Ellie, screaming, "Please, let me go!" The librarian smiles coldly and points to the book Ellie was holding. She opens it again to see her own face printed on the last page, screaming in terror. A traveling carnival. A lonely man, Martin, is drawn to a mysterious tent labeled The Mask of Eternity. Inside, a vendor offers him a beautifully crafted mask. Vendor, "This mask grants your greatest desire, but only for a price." Martin, chuckling, "What's the price?" Vendor, smiling, "You'll find out soon enough." Martin puts on the mask and suddenly he's transformed into a wealthy, handsome, and powerful version of himself. People adore him, but he soon realizes he can't remove the mask. It begins to merge with his skin, and he feels his own identity fading. Martin, desperate, "What's happening to me?" Vendor, laughing maniacally, "Your greatest desire was never free. You're mine now." A young woman, Claire, moves into a high-rise apartment. One night, she notices a shadowy figure standing at her window, despite being on the 15th floor. Claire, to herself, just my imagination, right? The next night, the figure is closer. Each time she sees it, it appears to be stepping closer, though she keeps her windows locked. Finally, the shadow appears inside her apartment. Claire, terrified. Who? What are you? The shadow doesn't respond but points toward the corner of the room. Claire turns to see a mirror reflecting her, but her reflection smiles sinisterly and steps out of the mirror. The shadow and reflection walk toward Claire as the screen cuts to black, her screams echoing. Fear is a curious thing, isn't it? It binds us, shapes us, even consumes us. And yet you couldn't look away. But tell me, did you ever think you might be part of the tale? The camera pans to reveal a book on the desk with the viewer's name on the spine. The narrator picks it up and flips through the pages, revealing the viewer's life story. Narrator, smiling. Shall I turn the page to your end? This book contains every secret hidden behind the mask, a collection of truths too powerful for any eyes but the narrator's. It is forbidden to touch or read, for those who dare will face a harrowing fate, a relentless nightmare, and a spiritual mask bound to their face. Only the narrator holds the key to its mysteries, and the consequences of defiance are beyond imagination.